Hey there, it's Shauna with Neo-Feminine Astrology. I hope you're doing great. This is your weekly astrology forecast for the week of December 12th. And this week is all about breaking barriers. I'm really excited to share with you a few tips to harness this energy, and then I have a few things for you to watch out for as well. So this week we have a full moon in Gemini, and Gemini is all about questioning and being curious and communication. At a deeper level, Gemini is about sharing ideas. Gemini is the sign of the twins, and I see this not because Gemini people can have two different personalities, that can happen, but I see the sign of the twins with Gemini more as two people coming together. And this is really the heart of Gemini. It's about this magical exchange that happens. And Gemini is a very light and curious and a very youthful kind of sign. It's got this childlike innocence and curiosity, but it's also a very spiritual sign because two are coming together and making something that's greater than just when they were separate. So there's this whole vibe this week of coming together and sharing, and especially sharing ideas. And knowing that maybe someone has a piece of the puzzle that you need to gain more clarity or to get something done in your life. So this full moon in Gemini is at 22 degrees Gemini. It's exact on Tuesday the 13th at 4:05 p.m. Pacific time. So if you want to do a little ritual for the full moon this week, Tuesday night is a really nice night to do it. And this full moon is interesting also because it's activating two planets that have this vibe of breaking down barriers. This is Uranus and Saturn. And so Uranus and Saturn are kind of opposites. Uranus is all about liberation. It's about breaking the mold, freedom. It's about revolutionizing things. So that's Uranus. Saturn, in contrast, is all about the system. It's about structure, and it's about following the rules. Saturn loves diligence, and Saturn is about building. So it's really interesting. Uranus is about breaking, and Saturn is about building. So when they come together, it's breaking down barriers. And this combination, it makes me think of that phrase that I've seen a lot, smash the patriarchy, because Saturn is a really significant representation of patriarchy. It's very static, masculine kind of energy. And Uranus comes in and is like, fuck that, we're gonna break it. So it's got that kind of vibe this week. And so what that means for you is that this week is a really great time to look at where there is something in your life that is, in a sense, patriarchal, where it's becoming binding for you in a way that is a hindrance to you, or that is maybe suffocating, or that just isn't allowing you to express yourself completely. Uranus is very much about self-expression and liberation of the self. So that's just the vibe of this week, is how can you break free from even just a behavior pattern or a mental pattern that is holding you back in some way. So I have some tips for you to really drive this home. So the first tip is smash the patriarchy. No, I'm just kidding. Kind of. So like, I love that term because it's really beautiful for this energy. And so I want you to think about that term, smashing the patriarchy, in your life. So like, what is it in your life now that really needs to be broken in a healthy way? So that's, I want you to muse on that. So like, you can even write like on your mirror or on a note card in your wallet or something, smash the patriarchy. It's a little like good mojo for this week. It's like liberating energy. So that's number one, smash the patriarchy. Number two is to have a curious mindset this week as well. This is very Gemini. When things are shifting in the way that they are now, when barriers are breaking down, it's really great to be curious, because when things change, sometimes fear can come up. And energy can feel frazzling as well. That's the shadow side of Gemini. Shadow side of Gemini is feeling frazzled or moving too quickly and just getting like nervous kind of energy. So if you counter this with curiosity, it's very soothing. So there's no need to figure everything out. There's no need to have all of the answers. You're just learning and you're just finding things out. So that's number 2. Be curious this week. And number 3 is to take a piece of paper and write down 3 aspects of your life or 3 situations in your life where something needs to be revolutionized. And write down the items or the issues specifically, and then write down what long-term actions you can take in order to create that change in your life. So these can be long-term, especially because Saturn is involved. And so Uranus and Saturn this week, they are in a harmonious aspect. They're in what's called a trine. So this is really supporting you to change and to make it sustainable change. And Saturn loves when we do things slowly over time. There's this really beautiful devotion energy that comes when we're like, okay, I need to make a change in my life, so I'm going to show up. I want to be healthier, so I'm going to go to the gym regularly, like this many times per week, or whatever it is. Or I want to be more calm, so I'm going to meditate 5 minutes a day. That kind of consistency is very Saturnian. So that is tip number 3. To write down 3 things in your life or 3 aspects of your life that really need a revolution and how you can do that. So those are your 3 tips. Smash the patriarchy, question everything, and write down what needs revolution in your life now. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you did like this video, please share it with a friend. And leave me a comment. Let me know how you're doing. I always love connecting with you guys, and I love getting these messages out to as many people as possible. I'm wishing you a wonderful week and an amazing full moon, and I'll talk to you next week. Namaste. Mwah.